Hi, I'm Ron with Cruising This Old Boat, and today I'm going to show you how to install a fuel injector on your Ford Lehman 135. Hi, I'm Ron.
And I'm Marie.
10 years ago, we bought a broken down trawler for $4,000.
And nothing worked, not even the kitchen sink.
After a lot of hard work and help from our friends and family, we moved aboard Elixir full time. And now we are cruising this old boat while the work and fun continues.
So subscribe and give us a like and come along with us, cruising this old boat.
The first step is to drop this washer down in the injector port where the injector is going to sit. As a tip, take a good look in there and make sure the old washer is not still in there. If it is, remove it and replace it with a new one. Once you drop the washer down in there, make sure it's seated flat. Sometimes they'll get cockeyed in there, and that can cause damage to your injector. So take a good look at it with a light shining down in there and make sure that it's laying flat. Next, inspect your new fuel injector and make sure that it's free of debris. Make sure that this rubber gasket is on your fuel injector. Then slide your fuel injector into the port, making sure everything is lined up in the right position. Then go ahead and tighten the bolts down that hold the fuel injector in place. We're going to tighten the nut that holds the injector pipe to the fuel injector, but don't tighten it all the way. Just get it on there, get it started, make sure your threads aren't cross-threaded, and but don't tighten it down. You need to leave that loose at the moment. Tighten down the retaining nut that holds the hard rubber gasket in place. This uses a 1 5/16 inch wrench, but if you contact American Diesel, they have a special made tool just for this purpose, and it's a little thinner and shorter handled, so it's easier to access the nuts that you're trying to turn. Usually wrenches that get that big also get fat, for structural integrity, and you have trouble getting them in between the fuel pipes to get to the actual nut. So I recommend getting this tool, but if not, just get a 1 5/16 inch wrench and that will fit the nuts. Always make sure the nut holding the injector pipe to the fuel injector is loose whenever you go to tighten this nut holding the rubber gasket. Once the nut holding the hard rubber gasket is tight, and by the way, you really can't over tighten that thing, it's a hard rubber gasket. Once that's tightened down, then go ahead and tighten the gasket holding the injection pipe to the fuel injector the rest of the way. Then place the copper crush washer in between the fuel return rail and the fuel injector. Now this may take a little bit of trickiness to move it around into the right position while it's in there, and but once you get it in place, then go ahead and put the bolt that holds the return rail to the fuel injector in place and tighten it down. Now this also can be a little bit tricky with if you have the valve rail in place, because it's kind of hard to get to, but play with it and you'll get it in place, and go ahead and tighten it down. At this point, you have completed the installation of the fuel injector, so the next step is just to put your valve cover back on and you're done.